Cultural heritage is the silent language of human history, a testimony to the creativity, faith, and knowledge that have linked civilizations across centuries. Yet this heritage does not belong to a single nation or land. Rather, in the philosophy of UNESCO, it forms part of the common heritage of humanity. Hence, its protection is not merely a national duty, but a global and human rights responsibility that lies at the heart of UNESCO's mission. Since its establishment in 1945, UNESCO has defined cultural heritage as a pillar of lasting peace and dialogue among peoples. In this spirit, the 1954 Hague Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the Event of Armed Conflict, the 1970 Convention on the Means of Prohibiting and Preventing the Illicit Import, Export and Transfer of Ownership of Cultural Property, the 1972 World Heritage Convention, the 2001 Convention on the Protection of the Underwater Cultural Heritage, and the 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage together form the legal foundations of the international system for heritage protection. These instruments commit states to identify, register, preserve, and transmit their cultural heritage to future generations, while affirming international cooperation as the central principle of this global framework. Within this system, states are not only obligated to ensure the physical protection of monuments and sites, but also to guarantee equal public access to cultural heritage. Access to culture and participation in cultural life are recognized under Article 27 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Article 15 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights as fundamental and inalienable human rights. UNESCO regards this connection between culture and human rights as a cornerstone of sustainable cultural and ethical development. However, in recent decades, cultural heritage has faced unprecedented challenges. Armed conflicts that have destroyed parts of the world's collective memory in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. Climate change and environmental degradation that have weakened the structural integrity of historic monuments. Unsustainable urban expansion that disregards cultural values. And the illicit trafficking of cultural objects that fuels global black markets. These crises have driven UNESCO to redefine its mission through the concept of enhanced protection and to strengthen multilateral cooperation mechanisms such as the World Heritage Network and international educational programs. For UNESCO, the protection of cultural heritage is not merely an act of preservation, it is a means to achieve peace, mutual respect, and cultural justice. Based on the principle of global solidarity and the notion of common but differentiated responsibilities, UNESCO calls on states to establish effective laws and institutions at the national level and to cooperate internationally in sharing knowledge, resources, and innovative technologies to safeguard humanity's heritage. Cultural heritage represents the collective memory of humankind. Protecting it means upholding human dignity itself. Today, more than ever, the realization of UNESCO's mission to build peace in the mind of humans depends on the preservation of this shared legacy. Heritage is not only the story of our past, but the foundation of dialogue among civilizations and the safeguard of humanity's future in a world that rediscovers its identity through culture.